Another day done in the World Cup, guys. Can you believe it? So, South Africa take Canada in quite the ride and take the victory, effectively, almost certainly securing their spot in the quarterfinals, barring some major upset this weekend from Italy. Effectively taking their spot. Playing all 4 of their games now done, and I think the biggest story talking point is Cobus Reinach getting himself a hat-trick. Not only just any hat-trick, the fastest hat-trick in World Cup history goes to the South African. Nice little record to put back on his shelf, I'm sure, considering he is effectively the third choice scrum-off, really putting his hand up there and showing the depth of scrum-offs in South Africa. Interestingly enough, something a lot of fans have complained about in the game against Namibia, that he was the player who slowed the play and could not give ourselves together. And in my opinion, it swapped around this time. I felt that Herschel Jantjies did not give the play that we needed for the second half, and I'm not sure what that's all about. We seem to definitely not be able to perform when the scrum-off changes, the team's dynamic changes, and I think it's because the scrum-offs are playing all different styles of rugby, something that definitely Rassie needs to look at. Each scrum-off is employing a slightly different style, and if the team starts with them, they perform well, but as soon as that sub happens, things seem to get a little shaky. It happens when we play Faf and Herschel, it happens now with Cobus Reinach, and it happened the other way around in the Namibia game. Something we definitely need to be concerned about, obviously, because those last 20 to 30 minutes are all important in the knockout stages, and you do not want your replacement scrum-off messing up the vibe of the team. Not to say that any of them are bad scrum-offs, they all are world-class. Unfortunately, they're just not gelling with the team's play and are often causing the whole team's dynamic to drop. Damien, obviously, I'm happy he got himself a try and a bunch of other tries. I think it ended up being at 10 tries. Canada did get a try. Congrats to them. Nice try in the World Cup. As far as I know, it's their first try in this World Cup. So bad South African defense, and it wasn't a great first 20 minutes of the second half, I have to admit. The whole team just kind of like let down the intensity that they had in their first half. Putting 47 points down is no joke. It's also the fastest bonus point of this World Cup. So great performance and nothing to be scoffed at. Especially that first half was a masterclass in tries. Adge Snyman running through, getting some beautiful ones. Cobus Reinach's second try was beautiful. Just this nice little chip over. All of that really just a marvel to watch. So as a South African fan, you'd be very happy with the performance of the first half. First 20 minutes of the second half, I do question that unfortunately just the intensity of the team dropped a lot. And as I said, the subbing of Cobus didn't help. Herschel Jantjies did come into his own and did start performing better later into the half, and they did score some good tries. But I still felt it was very scrappy. And I know that happens a lot also in the stadium. It's a hot, humid environment that causes that, so we're not sure. But I still think, as Rassie keeps on repeating, the intensity of South Africa's attack and the quality of South Africa's attack needs some work. We are not able to land those quality passes, and we're definitely having some odd passes go about. But still nice to see the team really perform some, like, New Zealand-like attacking moves, which is good to see. I thought at some point you wondered if it could get to about, again, like a 100-point mark, especially considering the other thing that's sad is we didn't really rack that many points up after a red card. It's sad to see another red card go down in this World Cup. The head impact rule is really affecting teams, and something that, especially if you want to compete in this World Cup, you need to be concerned about. Having a red card at the 30th or 40th minute can change the whole outcome of the game. And now, yes, these games, it doesn't make such a difference because you're playing against teams that are already 40 points behind. But in a quarter-final, it's going to be all the difference. And I don't know how. And we've got to be so careful of that World Cup. And we already saw it, people starting to really respond to it with the Argentina-England game, where Argentina got a red card, that it changes the whole dynamic, and it makes it so unfortunate. And especially in a quarter-final, it can crush a whole team if that happens, and you don't want it to happen there. So teams need to watch out for it, and I think referee needs to be a little bit more gentle on it. It is, at the moment, in my opinion, a bit harsh, but that's my opinion. Cool. Tackling, the stats are interesting. Probably the biggest worry for me is our tackling stats. 80% tackle success rate in a game like this is not acceptable. We definitely, especially second half, had some poor tackling, a lot of array. As I said, the ball went astray. We just didn't look as clinical as the first half, something that the Springboks need to look at. The 70% from Canada, admirable considering the scoreline. I think they would be happy with that, especially considering they scored a try. 669 to 215 meters run just shows the South Africa ran the park through. Really a quality performance from them. Territory also 66 to 34 just shows that they definitely kept them in that half and just forced the tries over. Some beautiful plays and a nice game to see. Cool. Going into tomorrow, we've got the Argentina game. Argentina are playing, unfortunately, for third year. There's no other real way to put it. They are going to here just to play third, and that's sad because I think they had a good tournament going for them. It just didn't end up in the right in the end. So yeah, we kind of smelt it on the like literally predicted it with the rugby championship, and unfortunately it's come to fruition. So that's sad for them. I think it'll be nice to see some sending off players, especially like Nicolas Sanchez and that. But we'll see how it goes. So hopefully they can end up with a bang. Scotland take on Russia in a game that is essential for their World Cup to stay alive. Bonus points are must here, and they need to get their points difference hugely up. If they want to increase their chances of going through, they're going to need to put at least 40 to 50 points on these on the Russians to ensure they're a chance that they can actually win comfortably. They can actually have a chance to go through. So that'll be interesting to see. Scotland, I definitely think, can do it and have been improving through this tournament. So it'll continue that way, especially if they take like pride from their Samoan game. That same strategy here will help them hugely. I feel Russia do play a little bit more tactically, so I don't know if it's going to work as well. But the Scottish fluidity in play, and if they can land the ball properly and ensure that their handling is up to scratch, they'll definitely cut some beautiful holes to that Russian defense. And last but not least, probably the biggest game, definitely the biggest game of the day, the Wales-Fiji game. The Wales-Fiji game is huge here just because of the fact that you've got to worry now. Wales obviously have a history of having lost to Fiji, just like South Africa's was good when they play the Japanese. But yes, I think that Wales should comfortably take this, although to be fair, Fiji have had an up and down tournament. They could arrive and really play hard. They're relatively rested. They should be able to really perform here. Wales have had quite a large break to this game, so if I was them, I'd definitely be a little bit concerned and ensure that they're bringing their full team. Effectively, their top team is playing this game, as showing the importance of it, and this game is to should secure them top of the log, considering their last game is Uruguay. So it'll be very interesting to see. I'd love to see players like Alwyn Jones really perform here, just to give physical dominance over the Fijians, force them back, and then from there, Dan Bigger and everybody else can cut them to shreds. But yes, thanks guys. Let me know if you have any other opinions, comments, how you want the results for tomorrow to go, your picks, your ideas, and all those good things. Thanks guys. Cheers.